biggest TikTok trends this year is something called the colour walk. This is not a new thing. It's been around since 2021, and do you know what? I've only just found out about them. Colour walks are supposed to be a mindful, stress-relieving experience where you go out on a walk, pick a colour, and everything you see that is of that colour, you take notice of. It's migrated its way onto TikTok as a way of filming your walks. It's also a way to make sure you're held accountable for doing the walk thing. I don't love the idea, not for you or anyone else who likes to do colour walks, but for me personally, I'm not someone who tends to focus on things when I walk. So maybe I'm the exact target demographic for the walk. While colour walks are a way to promote mindfulness, so you're intensely noticing colours as you walk by them, they're also a way for you to be more present and grounded in the world. So I decided that I was going to look into these based on a grounding technique. And for me, I get stressed very, very easily. So maybe grounding is what I need in life. I decided I was going to go out on this walk, find out whether or not it works for me, and if it didn't, it wasn't the end of the world. But if it did work, I've got a new thing that's going to really help me to be less stressed, more at peace with myself, and all of that kind of stuff, which I don't tend to buy. But maybe I'm wrong for that. On top of everything else about a TikTok trend, colour walks are also good for your health. I know, it seems obvious, but also at the same time, when you're going in with the mindset of you're doing a certain thing, you're looking for a certain colour, you're not necessarily thinking about the health benefits of actually walking. And according to Dr. Clark, just 20 minutes of walking a day is enough to improve your well-being. Walking helps to improve your cardiovascular fitness, which is linked to reducing your risk of developing several health conditions, including heart attacks and strokes. I think it's fair to say that I don't really buy this or this experience, so it's time to put it to the test. Will going on a colour walk help me to find the grounding that I need to de-stress and be more mindful, or is it something that is a complete waste of my time? Which we already know isn't the case, because getting your steps in is a good thing. Categorically, this cannot be questioned. So let's put everything to the test. I am going to go on this colour walk. I'm going to bring Alfie along as well, but first, before we do, I think we should roll for colour. Okay, so first step for the colour walk, we need to decide what colour, or at least we need something to decide what colour that we're going to actually try and look for on this very grounding colour walk. So what a better time than to bring out the Lord of the Rings die. Okay, so these are Alfie's Lord of the Ring die set. How cool are these? There are 6 colours: yellow, orange, red, green, blue and purple. So whatever the dice lands on is the colour we'll be spotting today. Let's see what we get. 3. So I'm finding red. Alfie, do you want to roll?
A 6 for purple.
Okay, so Alfie's spotting purple, I'm spotting red. Let's go. We are here on our colour walk. We're in the countryside, the UK countryside. It looks so beautiful. Have you seen this in the background? Have you seen everything that's going on? We are going to be spotting colours. I've worn a red jacket. I feel like I'm on theme because my colour is red. Alfie's going to be trying to find some purple, so we'll splice in some images of those as we go. But we also want to take you along, tell you our feelings, and see if we can accomplish that feeling of being one with nature. Because what's better than going on a walk and truly feeling like you're at one with the natural world? So without further ado, I'm looking for red, Alfie's looking for purple. Let's go on our walk and see if we can find those colours. We have found our first bit of purple for Alfie. Unfortunately, it does come in the form of litter.
Talk about being grounded.
But here we go. This is the first piece of trash. Where is it? Ready? Ready? There it is. Beautiful. What do you get when you cross an old cup that's been in the wild for a long time, where it started off as red and has faded a bit? It's like purple. It's a mixture between red and purple. We found a wonderful little Costa cup. Woo! Look at it over there. Ruining nature. Look at it. And then simultaneously, we have not only found a Costa cup, but how about not 1, but 2 Coca-Cola cans? Colour walk going swimmingly so far.
So I did manage to find some natural purple despite all the litter chat. We have some stinging nettles here. They look very nice. There is a bit of bin bag in there with them, but...
Look at these, some natural purple.
After finding so much litter to start with over the first 5 minutes, finding a natural colour does actually feel quite a lot like a victory. So I'll take it.
Look, there's a lot of red. There's a lot of red on this leaf. I feel good about this.
There's some up here as well.
a little bit far away, and unfortunately, where we've decided to come for a walk, it's very muddy and slippery, which is fine, but we are slipping quite a lot. We are turning around because the mud is too muddy, but we are going to go and find another route round because we have not given up on our colour walk yet. We've noticed so much litter, and it's quite grounding, like the colour walks are supposed to be, but not necessarily in the way you would have liked. Like, it's so upsetting to see that there are so much pieces of litter on what is like a national trust walk. So it's supposed to be, oh my gosh, it's supposed to be pretty, you know, good and looked after, but people just have no respect for the natural world anymore, and it's so sad to see that. It does make me think next time we come out, maybe we should bring, you know, a litter bag, litter picker, and some gloves and just pick up as we go. I feel like it would be a lot more rewarding to go and like pick up litter instead of just doing a natural walk and just feeling so out of sorts because it's just so littered. It's just a weird situation, and I don't know, don't feel good about it, to say the least. As we continued on our walk, I felt worse and worse about not having the right resources to pick up the litter and take it away. So it definitely put me in a worse mood than I was in when we set off on the walk, even though the views were absolutely beautiful. Look at these like natural hills. I feel like I've never seen anything like this before, and maybe it's because I'm a city girl, but it looks so pretty. And then over there, wait, let's see. Can you see? It's somewhere like here. There is a red sign. We have really come to the wrong place today. As beautiful as it is, it's not helping us. We do find the prettiest places. Alfie's found some little red buds, which really don't want to be showing on camera. They're little red buds, which are really cute. Our walk has taken us into like a little mini forest. So let's see how we get on and hope we're not gonna die. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Traveling through the wilderness. I feel like a child, but like in the best way. So maybe the colour walk is just to get out of the house, and actually the walk is the important thing. In fact, that definitely is the point. But sometimes it's hard to see when like the walk bit is like right in front of you. Do you know what I mean? The colours are the purpose on the outside, but they're not. They're not the purpose. Oh, it's a little dead bird. Alfie. Oh no, it's just a branch.
Yeah, that's just a twig.
It's a twig, mate. Look, I have bad visibility. It's a shame none of us picked orange because there's so many leaves. Like this, so much orange, so much orange. It's weird because obviously this path is right next to the main road. Or I say, obviously, but there is a road here. But it does feel very secluded until you have a car coming by, and then it's like the loudest thing known to mankind. How are you finding it?
Good. I don't actually enjoy the looking for the colours part. It takes away from everything else. I think the finding the colours part is too focused for my brain to remain grounded. I just end up looking at things and I'm like, where is the colours? Whereas if I just let myself just take it all in, that's when I feel a bit more grounded, rather than just being like, where are the colours?
We've run out of road. What do we do?
That's it, we're done.
There's so much tree. Oh, this was a very bad, I picked this place for a walk. I picked wrong.
Well, you didn't know. We've never been here before.
I need a red car. No red cars. There's a little brown acorn, but it kind of looks a bit red, right? I feel like one gust of wind in the wrong direction and I'm going to become a tumbleweed. But in real life, I don't want to be a tumbleweed. Colours are also really important for children in their developing process. So if you have little ones to take along with you, get them involved. You can benefit from these things too. Colours also have the power to enhance your memory. Apparently, children tend to remember information when it's associated with bright colours. This phenomenon is known as the von Restorff effect. When an item stands out due to its colour, it becomes more memorable. So using colours on a colour book can be a really good way for you to retain and recall information more effectively. If you're listening to an audiobook at the same time, if you're listening to a podcast, this could be a really good way to help you learn. So if you're doing any revising or anything like that, a colour walk could be just what you need to help you study. Walked into the nearest town, or at least we think we're kind of in the nearest town to where that walk was. This is a brand new place for us, but we're going to go have a little bit of a journey and explore and see if we can find some red and some purple and actually take advantage of this colour walk. I think we're going to be able to do it.
Me too.
but also find a new place and see what's around here. Would you argue that this is pink or purple?
That's definitely purple.
Cute. Okay, we found some purple.
These are like prime bee bushes.
This is a very nice yellow-green bush. But look at this! A bit more purple. It's kind of a bit more litter.
No, I don't think, maybe.
Maybe.
This though.
But look at this. We got some red. A lovely red bow blowing in the wind. Fantastic. Look at this, how pretty. It's not on our any of our colours.
No, it is. Look at the top.
Oh, red. Look, some red. Squirrel holding a little red berry. How cool. There is another ribbon here, and it's all down this street and just like this main road. We've just seen in someone's window like a giant number 3 balloon. So I wonder if they've done this to celebrate their little one's birthday, or maybe it's like a 30 and it's an adult's birthday. But either way, I think it's really cool, and I'm seeing a lot of red, so I think we definitely came to the right place. And actually, it is bringing me that joy because we're sort of gamifying our walk, which I wasn't getting when we were out in the country walk. So I very much enjoy this. This is good. This is where a colour walk, I think, is properly good for my brain. Also, red waistbands and another ribbon. Looking fancy.
Thank you.
After the walk, I got home and I looked up these ribbons, and it looks like these are for gorgeous George Fox, who died in April 2022. Hundreds of people took part in a twilight walk to honour George Fox 11 months after he was diagnosed with a glioblastoma. He was 13 years old. He was an Arsenal supporter and nicknamed Gorgeous George. He underwent multiple brain surgeries as well as chemotherapy and radiotherapy. On the anniversary of his death, ribbons were put up around the village again, red in honour of George's favourite football team, and the whole community came together to celebrate George's life. I'll leave a charity link down below that you're more than welcome to check out, but I think this is a really lovely thing, and I'm really grateful we got to experience at least part of his journey. I'm also seeing a little post box up this way behind all of these cars that are giving me very funny looks. An actual bin containing litter, but a particular red bit of litter there. Perfect for our little colour walk. Red. So much red. Look at all of this red. Red. Red crossing guard. That's not red or purple. We have found a gold mine of colour. Look at these. We've got some reds, some purples. This is a really lovely display. I love it when towns do this. It looks a little bit out of season, but I'm not blaming the town. They can't really help it, can they?
Out of season, but it's nice they've got it going on.
I feel like it's good. We're seeing more and more red as we go. And obviously there's like so much in the way of little bits of colour, and it is true. You don't really notice a lot of colour until you're looking for it, which I think is really nice that this kind of experience gives you an excuse to look for the colour, but I don't know if I'd do it again. What do you think?
Yeah, I just think that like it's a fun thing to do. Well, I think if it works for you, do it. You know, if you're going out and, you know, getting yourself like good and lost in all the colours of the world because you're looking for something specific and that makes you feel good and gives you a sense of accomplishment, then do it. For me personally, I just find it to be a bit of a muchness, and I actually find myself getting a bit more anxious doing stuff like this. I need something a bit more all-encompassing, a bit louder to ground me than combing nature for colours.
So yeah, definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but as Alfie said, if it works for you, absolutely get out and do it, especially if you get better rolls on the dice. Although there is a tie shop over there where the logo is in purple.
Do you know what I am doing though is I am noticing all of the different colours more, like big green signs and you know, brown doors and stuff, in looking for stuff. So that is nice. If you are looking for that kind of escapism into it, like a little mini game, it works perfectly well. But like I say, I'd rather be listening to death metal and and stuff like that. So, you know, whatever floats your boat, really.
Whatever floats your boat. Talking
Talking about, wow, look at this car that's just about to come past. Talking about the things you wouldn't notice otherwise, I think I would have noticed these ribbons, but it's nice that it's been integrated into our walk. The like sort of quest storyline of our walk has included these ribbons after finding so much crap and litter in the woods, to then come out here and find these nice ribbons. It's nice. It's a nice like little quest storyline and almost a redemption of the quest, as it were.
So, I'll be honest. All in all, I don't think colour walks are for me. I feel like I knew that before going into it. Maybe that skewed my personal idea of whether it was going to be good or not. Because if you have that bias there, there's a chance that you're going to follow through with that bias, and it's not going to be something where I'm able to give it its like full experience. Does that make sense? However, what I did like about it was getting out. It was having something to focus on during a walk. Even though it wasn't something that I would buy into in terms of mindfulness, I did really like the gamification of it. I liked going out there and collecting those colourful items. I liked being able to say I found 10 things, I found 16 things. It doesn't really matter. But I did it, and I'm not competing against anyone. I just like the fact I got a bigger number. Have you ever been on a colour walk? Let me know in the comments down below. Is this something that you think you might give a go to if you haven't already? I don't know if I'll do it again, I'll be honest. Thank you so much for watching. What other experiences would you like me to take part in? Please let me know. And if you haven't already, leave a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!